Well, the cleanup continues across much of Indiana following days of rain, severe storms, tornadoes, and historic flooding. This morning, more than 90,000 people still remain without power statewide, and some communities are on the brink of more trouble as a result of that damage. The city of Carmel, Indiana, bracing its residents for what they're calling a violent event. Due to the erosion, the city is now facing a high possibility that the water main that carries 90% of the city's waste could fail, sending raw sewage into the state's White River. Joining me now is the mayor of Carmel, Indiana, Sue Finkam. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us today. We're hearing about that main worry being the collapse of that sewer line. Can you give us the latest update on what that looks like this morning? Because I understand that you may have a plan in place now, right?
Good morning. Thanks to the ingenuity of our teams working overnight to try to put some type of solution in to buy us a little time for the river water to go down, they implemented what they're calling Operation Beaver Dam. And they dropped a couple of sycamore trees across this tributary that used to be a small creek and have filled it with 160 loads of concrete with the help of a private partner, Martin Marietta, who owns the quarry, and also Great X. They've been working all night to fill it. And what we saw the night before was this channel had been eroding back to the river 200 feet the night before. And last night it only moved 20 feet. And that is amazingly positive news. So we're cautiously optimistic here in Carmel.
Wow, so quite literally operating like beavers, throwing sycamore trees in the way, damming it up and allowing the water to recede. That is 2026 American engineering at its best. What would happen, though, if Operation Beaver Dam is not a success, if this main sewer line breaks? Have you been able to study the environmental impacts that would occur?
Well, certainly we know there's an inundation area that we're concerned about, and we would probably first have sewage go into the creek, into the quarry. When the quarry was completely filled up, it holds 9 billion gallons of liquid. It's nearly full now. So when it would fill up, then the sewage would go back down the river downstream. So not an outcome that we are looking forward to. So doing everything we can to hope and pray and work to prevent that from happening. We also have a team on site right now trying to put a big pit in place to capture some of that as well. So our challenge has been getting heavy equipment and people back there because it's been very flooded, as you can see from these pictures.
Yeah.
So trying to do anything has been nearly impossible.
Yeah, I mean, this is historic flooding all across the state, but most certainly in Carmel, where we saw that bridge collapse, I'm sure one of many infrastructures that were inundated by this historic type of flooding. What have you heard yet from the county or the state on replacing that collapsed bridge?
Well, it's going to be quite a process. Obviously, this creek is normally about 8 feet wide and flowing the other direction. The river pushed water back into that quarry, which is normally empty. So this whole area is going to have to be studied. The creek's going to have to be, re-engineered. That design of the bridge is going to have to be looked at. So it's going to be a lengthy process, probably 2 years or more, for this whole area to be rehabilitated and made whole.
So we know,
frankly, made better.
Yeah, of course, it takes a long time after any natural disaster like that for people to get back up on their feet and return to that sense of normalcy that they seek. We know that dozens of homes had to be evacuated over the weekend. We know tens of thousands across Indiana are still without power. What do you know about when people that have been evacuated are going to be allowed to return? And maybe just beyond that, can you tell us a little bit about how your community is dealing with this at this time, how they're feeling and how they're doing?
Our community is awesome. We're the #1 best place to live in the United States because of the people that live here. And we have great private partners, nonprofit partners, partners at county, state, and federal level have all been boots on the ground helping us. Our first concern was the health and safety of residents we were evacuating on Saturday. Today, we're starting the cleanup process, getting some of these folks to see their homes. The power is going to remain off for 41 homes for a lengthy amount of time as we make sure they can safely come back to these structures, get power established, and then start their cleanup process. But we're going to be there alongside them every step of the way.
I mean, the visuals are just unbelievable when you see the videos of that drone with catastrophic flooding that are well into people's living rooms and kitchens and obviously livelihoods. We are praying and hoping that everything returns to normal quickly for you, that Operation Beaver Dam is a great success, that us humans can work just like the beavers with those sycamore trees. So
thank you.
Best of luck to you and your entire community and, of course, the state of Indiana. Mayor Sue Finkam, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.